Lives podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
Hit that like button, subscribe and share.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?
Yeah, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? It's Kons motherfucking podcast. Episode, what is this? Episode 162. Episode 162. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's a Monday. It's a Monday. Back at it over the weekend after the weekend. What's happening? Hope you had a good weekend. You know what I'm saying? It's January the 6th. It's Monday, 2:20 in the afternoon in California. What's happening? What's going on with you? How you been? How you been? What you been doing? You have a good weekend? All that good stuff. Hopefully you did. Hopefully you did. Yeah, so today, first little TikTok episode of 2025. Gonna touch on some 2025 conspiracies. I got some shit about Luigi Maglione. And I kept telling y'all, you know what I'm saying, about that deep dive 286 with him. So, you know what I'm saying, I got some shit. Gonna touch on that. You know what I'm saying? First little TikTok video 2025. So yeah, that's what today's episode gonna be about. Bunch of little conspiracies and shit. 2025, you know what I'm saying? Whole bunch of shit been going on. So, you know what I mean? We're just gonna jump right into it. The first one is about, you know what I'm saying? Bunch of cryptic messages was seen, I guess apparently displayed on the New Year's Eve ball drop. This girl on this TikTok had seen some cryptic messages and shit flash, kind of similar to how the Spear, if y'all familiar with the Spear in Las Vegas, that shit was flashing a bunch of cryptic ass messages real fast like to the people of Vegas. I don't know, it was weird shit being said. So apparently as the ball dropped, it was some weird shit going on. Check this video out.
See the weird, upsetting captions that were on the New Year's Eve ball drop in New York. What made it really odd was that the regular closed captions said they were unavailable, and yet these text images would appear on the screen sporadically throughout the night. The first one said, oh yes, it would be bad. What's bad? From sea to shining sea, then America just not what? This is good timing. The 3 o'clock country, I'm picking my yellows. And these are the phrases that actually struck me the most. So I'm actually not going to say these out loud. For some reason, it's sitting odd with me. But because I don't have the accompanying visuals and I don't have sound frequencies that I'm saying with these phrases, I feel it's okay to share it, and it's actually safer to share it with you guys in this format rather than having you watch it yourselves. Because there was another Spear situation that I reported on earlier this year in Vegas that was also very odd with the sound, with the phrasing, with the visuals. And I did a deep dive on what the chain of ownership is. So just take a look for me right here. I'm not gonna say it. Just be aware and use your discernment. What do you think is going on?
You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of cryptic ass messages apparently when the ball dropped. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't in New York. I ain't from New York. Excuse me. Nor have I even been to New York to see the ball drop. You know what I'm saying? But apparently it was some cryptic ass messages being displayed, which don't surprise me because they did the same thing in Vegas. Like I said, with that motherfucking Spear, that was flashing all kind of evil ass messages and shit, cryptic ass shit across the field, just real flash. Like I said, they know how to speak to your subconscious. So that's exactly what they be doing. You know what I'm saying? They know what they doing and shit. You know what I'm saying? They know what they doing with that shit. So this next one is talking about year 2025, maybe like a year of reckoning, some shit like that. Talking about what scientists have seen and all that, planetary alignments and shit like that. Check this next one out.
Reckoning. Are we ready for 2025? The year 2025 may mark a turning point in human history, referred to by some as the Year of Reckoning. Scientists have predicted a rare cosmic event, a planetary alignment occurring once every 26,000 years. This phenomenon, expected in January, could trigger a series of devastating natural disasters and unexplained global changes. In January, massive earthquakes may level entire cities as tectonic plates shift with unprecedented force. By March, relentless electrical storms could fill the skies, creating an unending barrage of lightning and thunder. By June, the destruction could escalate further, with some nations potentially disappearing from maps due to catastrophic floods, tsunamis, or other mysterious events. What's most disturbing is the apparent synchronization of these disasters. Every event seems perfectly timed, leading some to speculate about the involvement of a higher unknown force. Ancient civilizations left warnings about a great balancer, a mystical power said to intervene when humanity drives the world toward chaos. These messages, inscribed in ancient texts and legends, suggest that when the scales tip too far, this force restores balance, no matter the cost. Now, humanity faces a pressing question. Are we ready for what lies ahead? Can we endure these trials, or are we destined to become another chapter erased from Earth's history? The year 2025 could signify more than just another date. It might be a wake-up call for humanity to reflect on its impact and strive for harmony with nature. Only time will reveal whether we can survive this reckoning, or if it marks the end of our story.
So as you've seen, that shit predicting all kind of wild shit, magnetic storms, electric storms, and all kind of shit coming. You feel me? What you believe? Think that shit true? You think we gonna see all that geostorm shit this year? Who knows? I know they've been saying that shit since 2012, and we ain't really seen no big ass geo-electric storm or no shit like that. But this could be the year that we see the shit. According to that TikTok we just seen, who knows? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the hell's coming, what the hell this shit going to, man. So this next one is in Russia. You know what I'm saying? Apparently they walking around with whole ass guards over their face to avoid the facial recognition. Now this shit is crazy when I seen this. Now motherfuckers really in Russia walking around like this? It's looking real spooky in 2025 come. Check this shit out. I don't know. I need somebody in Russia, man. I need somebody that's in Russia, that's over there right now. I need somebody to tell me if this is a fact. If y'all really walking around like that in Russia, Lord have mercy. That's fucking crazy. Well, goddamn it, I ain't trying to come to a point where I'm so worried about facial recognition that I am walking around with a mask just covering just a white eggshell over my face. If we get to that, if my mind get to that, to where I'm that worried about facial recognition, to where I'm walking around with a white shell over my whole face, it's a fucking problem. It's a fucking problem. Now this was taken from 1995. This next one, this was taken from 1995, and they was talking about what they think the world would look like 2025, according to people in 1995.
30 years ago, a BBC TV show predicted what life would be like in 2025. Although it got some things kind of right, it also got a lot wrong.
Scanning arm ID chip now.
They thought we'd be injected with microchips that contain our personal details, which we could take money out with.
The shuttle to Bangalore leaves every half an hour, and the journey only takes 40 minutes.
They correctly predicted that smart speakers and VR headsets would be in our lives, but they got the designs slightly wrong. As for cars, there were some decent predictions.
Cars use sensors to keep a constant distance from each other.
They thought self-driving cars would be the norm on some motorways, which isn't too far from the truth if you live somewhere like California today. But they also thought this is what taxis would look like. They predicted there would be more viruses and hacks that would steal people's money, which is kind of true, which would lead to what they called the cyberspace rise of 2005. Very much not true. They also predicted that anyone needing major surgery would be sent to surgeons as holograms, who would use special gloves to operate on them, controlling a robot performing on the actual body. So although robots do help us now in surgery, this is a bit off.
So what will 2025 look like? Well, who knows?
But as Professor Stephen Hawking said in the show,
the one thing we can be sure of is that it will be very different. And probably not what we expect.
You know what I'm saying? You seen the boy Stephen Hawkins at the end say, you know what I'm saying, we don't know what the fuck it's gonna be, but we can show expect it's gonna be different for sure. I mean, that sums up a whole lot, right? I mean, that's not like to me, that's not like a mind-blowing type statement, you know what I mean? It's gonna be different. I mean, of course it's gonna be motherfucking different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what you think though with this video? You know what I'm saying? This was from 1995. Now they had some shit right. They said surgeons gonna be able to put on gloves and move a robot and perform surgery from remote locations. That shit somewhat true. They said we might have chips in us. Apparently, to what they were thinking, hey, that shit could be damn near true too. They got fucking Neuralink. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk. We can't forget about Elon Musk done developed this motherfucking chip that can go in your head. That can, if you can't walk, that shit can program your muscles and shit to walk, and you can move shit on a computer, move the mouse with your mind, a whole bunch of shit with that Neuralink shit. That's pretty much a chip in you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And then the cars, the self-driving cars, being able to sense dangers and shit like that and stop, that shit is true too. You know what I'm saying? So they wasn't too far off, too far-fetched with this 1995 30-year prediction type shit, because a lot of the shit is damn near going on right now for sure. Definitely. I think we can be safe in saying that a lot of this shit is happening. You know what I'm saying? That we done seen. Definitely. You know what I mean? So yeah, this next one though, Whitney Cummings. I really didn't know who this chick was, but I like her. You know what I'm saying? After seeing this shit, I fuck with her. Cause she definitely in the conspiracy. She definitely was letting that chopper sing at everybody, you know, fucking New Year's. You know what I'm saying? She was surprised they kept her rolling some of the shit that she was saying. You know what I mean? Saying shit like the Trump shooter nigga didn't have no silverware in his house. I didn't know that. That's fucking weird as fuck. She said president's chefs is fucking mysteriously dying. Weird shit. Drones and shit. She said was made by Boeing. They trying to cover that up. You know? So she was going off and shit, and I fuck with this shit. Check this shit out. This is Whitney Cummings on motherfucking New Year's. And this was on CNN, mind you. Check this shit out.
I think I'm just gonna, after what I'm about to do, I think I'll probably be like in a huddle with a bunch of lawyers or something.
Okay.
So I don't have big plans for after this.
Well, this was the year that we learned that roasts probably shouldn't happen at important live events. Whitney Cummings, it is time for you to roast the year. Let's hear it.
Okay. Feel free to heckle me. Feel free to come for me.
Never.
I do believe we need to hold 2024 accountable for its behavior. That is what white women do now. We point out other things that are toxic because we don't get irony. And that is our truth. This was the year that people were behaving so poorly, we started being wistful about murderers. Remember, this was the year we were like, were the Menendez brothers so bad? Were we too hard on the Menendez brothers? This was the year we could not get enough of murderers. Gypsy Rose became our favorite celebrity because murdering your mom is so brat. They had her on a red carpet, a little on the nose for a murderer, but she was like posing in a fancy dress. We were like, slay, and she was like, I did. And of course, our heartthrob of the year was the alleged cold-blooded killer named Luigi, who is now in the same prison as Diddy, which I'm very upset about because Luigi already has a lower back issue. This was the year nothing made sense. Fertility was down, sales of baby oil was up, white supremacy groups reached record highs. It got so bad, Ariana Grande became white again. 2024 totally broke our brains. Half the people I know think we're in a simulation. I'm starting to wonder. When I go to a website and it asks me if I'm a robot or not, half the time I get the quiz wrong. I'm like, does the shadow of a bike count as a bike? I don't know. Why am I looking at a grainy photo of a crack house? We just all broke mentally this year. Things got so bleak, we started watching the WNBA. What happened? And we also started watching older women in movies. Equality or insanity? You tell me. Demi Moore was in a movie called The Substance, showing that Hollywood's ready for a woman in her 50s to star in a movie as long as a hot 28-year-old wears a leotard for most of it. Pam Anderson's getting Oscar buzz for a movie she did wearing no makeup. Guys, it's not progress if you call it brave. Documentaries finally realized the only way to make money is to just make them about cheerleaders. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleader doc showed the girls being treated horribly, underpaid, crying. I thought I'd opened a video on Hunter Biden's laptop. This is the year everyone hated the movie The Joker, but if you do love watching men descend into insanity, in a couple hours you get to watch Andy Cohen do the countdown. In 2024, some things left us, some came back. Sanity left us. Somehow crypto is back. Do you guys even know what crypto? No one thought the timing of crypto was fishy. As soon as women started making money, they were like, money's over. Money's over. I don't even know what crypto is. As far as I understand, it's just astrology for men. Like, I don't. 2024 election fried our brains. The Democrats couldn't hold a primary because they were too busy holding a body upright. Are we still rolling? Am I off?
Go for it.
It was amazing that the pro-choice party didn't give their voters one when it came to the presidential candidate. Kamala was forced on us so hard you'd think she was patented by Pfizer or Moderna, whichever one's. Oh God. Andy just gave me a very scary look.
No!
Let me be clear though. 2024 was not only negative. The media wants us to believe this country is so divided, but we actually came together a lot this year. Like as a nation, we unanimously agreed that we would rather see J-Lo in a toxic relationship than in concert. We all agreed the government totally knows what drones are and are telling us. The drones are still up there and we have no idea what's behind them. No idea. I mean, they're still up in the sky, so I guess we can rule out that they were made by Boeing. The point is, I think we all agree on a lot of things. And since I only have a minute left live on establishment media, why don't we just say a bunch of things that we know that they'll never cover? Okay, ready, go. Trump Jr. didn't have any silverware in his house. No one thought that was weird? Are we still rolling? Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia put money into Disney, so just know there won't be any girl characters in the next Cars movie. Are we still rolling? This is wild. The why have so many presidents' chefs died? Weird. Boy Scout of America, they renamed itself Scouting America. You know who else changed their name? Sean Combs. Just saying. Let's learn something in 2025. I can't believe you guys are still letting me go. This is amazing. I love CNN. Please stop me, Andy, because I will just keep going.
Happy New Year, Whitney Cummings.
Am I still streaming?
Yes.
This is amazing.
We are live on CNN. You look cool as a cucumber.
No censorship on CNN.
Thank
love
you
you guys.
very much.
Thanks for having me.
Love you.
What a dream. Oh no.
What a dream. Anderson's here.
I only understood like half the references, so I'm.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't.
I'm not a pop culture.
I tried to bring him a documentary.
I know.
He doesn't know. I know. You didn't see the Dallas Cowboys.
You didn't see the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader
No.
documentary?
Oh no, I know. Yes, I've heard about it.
We have a lot more ahead as we say goodbye to 2024 and welcome the new year in a moment. A performance from Shania Twain. Plus, we're going to check in with Randy Kay. She's back in Key West, Florida. Here is the incredible skating duo, the Griffin brothers. Wow, again.
Yeah. Now, as you see, that was dope, though. I ain't gonna lie, man. You know what I'm saying? I like seeing shit like that. I like seeing the fucking celebrities like that wake people up and shock people with what they said when they let their conspiracy beliefs out to the world. I fucking love it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Whitney Cummings for doing that. And you see her co-workers, her co-hosts was looking astounded. They was puzzled. They was appalled. They couldn't believe what the fuck she was saying. They just turned and was looking at her like, this bitch, I should not have let this bitch roast 2024, goddammit. What is this bitch talking about? This bitch gonna get me fired. They was looking so worried. Yo, but I love it though. I love the type of shit she was saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Drones made by Boeing. You feel me? I didn't know that the shooter didn't have no fucking silverware. How the fuck is up with that? And what's up with the president's chefs mysteriously fucking dying unalived and out of nowhere? What's that about? Yeah, I don't know. So it's a bunch of shit that definitely shocked the world. She was shocked. Are we still going? I can't believe it. What's next? Yeah, I fuck with that, man. I like the woke shit. You know what I'm saying? I like the woke shit for sure. I like that. I thought that shit was dope. You know what I'm saying? Whitney Cummings. Never even heard of her before this. So this next one, we all understand New Orleans, and the Las Vegas motherfucking Cybertruck being exploded. Now they said these two motherfuckers ain't connected, but now these two motherfuckers rented electric trucks. They both rented from the same goddamn app. They both was decorated military men from the same camp. They was in the same war. They both was in Afghanistan, 2009, she said. So this shit is wild as fuck. I don't know. Y'all put the pieces together yourself after you hear this shit. Check this shit out.
Do not jump on the conspiracy bandwagon very easily. But how many coincidences are too many coincidences? When it comes to the twin tragedies on day one of 2025, a mass murder by truck in New Orleans, a truck bomb in Las Vegas, it's just hard to ignore that the two perpetrators had a whole lot in common, as did their attacks. So far, the official line is the events are not connected, period. End of story. They are not connected. But if your spidey senses are telling you that it sure doesn't feel that way, my friends, you are not alone. I am with you, and we have other friends too. I want to run down the list of coincidences. Both attacks occurred on New Year's Day, within hours of each other. Both targets were party cities, New Orleans and Las Vegas. Both perpetrators chose trucks as their weapons. More specifically, they both rented electric trucks using a budget car sharing app called Turo. They both drove long distances from their home states to commit their attacks in those party cities. Both vehicles had multiple guns on board, weapons, and explosives inside. And both had a means to detonate their explosives. And both attacks were carried out by decorated U.S. Army veterans. And believe it or not, they both received the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal. Let that sink in. Talk about a slap in the face. Both of these service members shared more in common than that. They had both served at Fort Bragg in North Carolina. They both deployed to Afghanistan in 2009. And they both served at the same military base. Both suspects died during the attacks, something that looked like it had to have been planned. This is a lot of coincidences to take into account. But despite that list, the investigators say it is still too soon to tell if those two attacks are connected or if the suspects even knew each other. And I will give the authorities this. It might just be because the agents today said that they have yet to go through the digital footprint of the guy on the right, the Vegas suspect, to see who he's been talking to before he decided to go ahead and explode a cyber truck at the front door of the Trump Hotel.
Yeah. So as you seen, you know what I'm saying, this is a whole ass news report too. And she like, usually I don't tap into conspiracies. But goddamn it, these shits ain't adding up, or it's adding up too much. You know what I'm saying? Attacks, New Year's Day, both from party cities, Vegas and New Orleans. Coincidence or no? Both rented electric vehicles from the this Turo app. Is that a coincidence or no? Both of them drove hella long to their unalived destinations, and crazy attacks carried out after driving over 100 miles. Both of them did. Guns and explosives was found in both of these motherfucking vehicles. Both of them. Both of the suspects had detonators. Remotes. You don't know what a detonator is. That's a remote. Push a button, and then wherever that remote's tied to, it go boom. You feel me? You can be wherever you at. Just like I say at the end of my podcast, you can be wherever you at in the world. Wherever you at in the world at the time, you can push that button and have something detonate. You feel me? But yeah, that's a detonator though. It's a switch, kill switch. Hit the button, make something go boom. You don't even got to be around. So I don't know, man. That shit just too aligned. There's too many shit that's, you know what I mean, making sense. Too many shit that's, seem like a coincidence, but I don't think so. I think the shit was orchestrated for sure. Definitely. I think, I don't know. I think the shit was orchestrated. There's too many things that's aligning here. And for these two people to just be totally at random and both come up with the same type of ideas, same app, both electric trucks, both rigged with explosives and shit inside the truck, both had guns in their truck, both decorated military men, both was in the same war, both was in Afghanistan, both was at the same motherfucking military base, wherever they were at. It's just too much conspiracy, too much closeness with these two people. I don't know what y'all think. Hit me in the comments. Let me know if y'all think that shit is a conspiracy or if it's motherfucking planned out. We gonna get into some more shit that's planned out, that's too coincidental to be a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this next one, matter of fact, speaking of, I told y'all to do this deep dive 286 and Luigi Maglione a long time ago. I don't know if y'all did, but if y'all didn't, I'm gonna hit you with some more shit to plan in your head that you can either go deep dive or you can take from these TikToks that you about to see, because they definitely gonna let you in on that number 286 and this dude Luigi. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he wasn't as dumb as we all think after all. Maybe he was actually very fucking smart. And now, after watching these TikToks, matter of fact, I understand why that backpack that they found had motherfucking Monopoly money in it. We gonna see though. Check this shit out.
Started connecting dots around the number 286. On his Twitter banner, he had a picture of Breloom. Pokemon hash 286. At the time his account got deleted, he had exactly 286 tweets. And where was he arrested? Altoona, 286 miles from the crime scene. And get this, 286 is also a healthcare denial code, meaning a claim was rejected because the appeal time limit wasn't met. If that's not the most niche but unhinged Easter egg, I don't know what it is.
286. Like I said, man, go do that deep dive, man. You feel me? 286. Hey, Altoona, 286 miles away. That's where they caught him up at that McDonald's. You feel me? The Breloom. Yo, what's up? You could have been doing anything you wanted to do right now at this point in time, but you chose to come fuck with Kons podcast. And for that, I fuck with you. So go on and hit that subscribe button. Do that shit right now in this little insert in the middle of the video. You feel me? This your time to go and hit that subscribe button if you ain't hit it already. You feel me? This your time to go ahead and hit that shit right now. Let's get back to this episode. Whatever the fuck, I'm not into Pokemon. I found that out during this research, but that apparently is the 286 character in the Pokemon Index. You know what I'm saying? Official index, 286 character. And apparently he comes from the character that's 285, where it's like the same type of character, but it's a lower version. And the 286 character, Breloom, is what the 285 character blossoms into, which is another thing tied to this shit. So yeah, man, 286 told y'all to do that deep dive, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it for you with 2025. Here goes some more on Luigi Maglione at 286. Check this next one out.
This dude is diabolical. This is Luigi Mangione, and he is the alleged assassinator of the United Healthcare CEO. He posted on his X banner a picture of Breloom the Pokemon, an x-ray that seems to have pins from a surgery, and him climbing in the jungle. And buckle up, because this gets crazy. Breloom is actually an evolved Pokemon that derives from Shroomish, who is Pokemon number 285, evolving into Breloom, Pokemon number 286. Breloom has some really great attacks, including sending spores and poison at people and being able to heal itself from poison, but it has a hidden ability of a technician up here. And to get that hidden ability, you have to have the attack of Bullet Seed. Pokemon card with all different types of attacks, but the really good one is the one with Bullet Seed, and it says the user forcefully shoots seeds at the target. 2 to 5 seeds are shot in rapid succession. Bullet Seed inflicts damage, hitting the target 2 to 5 times per use with the base power of 10 per strike. There is a 33.3% chance it will hit 2 times, a 33% chance that it will hit 3 times. United Healthcare denies, if accurate, 32% of its insurance claims. The denial code for those insurance companies is, you guessed it, 286. But not just that. We have 2 other denial codes that are also 285 and 287. 285 being the Pokemon number of the Pokemon that evolves into Breloom at 286. I've seen a lot of people tying this together as well. If you go look at Proverbs 28:6, it says, "Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways." If you want to get even deeper into the religious side of it, Psalms 28 verse 6 says, "Praise be to the Lord, for he has heard my cry for mercy. The Lord is my strength and my shield." Bullet Seed move being called TM98. When you look up the move TM98 through the Pokemon Index, it shows right here beside Sword and Shield, driven by frustration, the user attacks the target. If the user's previous move had failed, the power of this move doubles. Regulation 98 in terms of insurance is the regulation that requires insurers to have the financial statements audited annually by independent certified public accountants. The purpose of the regulation is to improve the department's ability to monitor the financial health of insurers. It is to make sure that the insurance companies get audited. 098 is also the billable code for benign carcinoid tumors of other sites. It can be used for reimbursement purposes. Officials will never let the manifesto in unedited form get to us because we will figure it out. They are banning TikTok because we will figure it out. Not this specific case, but in general, all of the questions that we're supposed to be asking, we're asking on this app, and he knows it. Driven by frustration, lands 33.3% of the time. United Healthcare denies 33% of all of their claims. Mastermind, diabolical. When is Rep TV coming out? I'm scared to actually get into his tweets. Because at this point, this man has everything planned. And as he said, be patient. Also, like, somebody drop his books information. We have some letters and some money to send. Also, happy December 11th.
Oh, yeah. As you seen, she said the man is diabolical. You feel me? Said he had all this shit planned. You know what I'm saying? And as you seen, you feel me? The 33% rate, you know what I'm saying? Behind the shit, the 286, the dental code, that's the dental code for deniability, like she was saying. They denied people with something like that, a 33% rate. Man, y'all heard her, you know what I mean? The Proverbs 28.6. You know what I'm saying? A poor man with integrity, you know what I mean, versus rich man, all that kind of shit, man. It all ties in, you feel me? Then she was talking about the shield and all that, driven by frustration. All that shit is tied, man. All that shit is tied. Is this a coincidence? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Coincidental or nah? I think that's what I'm gonna make the title of this shit. Coincidental or nah? 2025 TikToks, conspiracies. Coincidental or nah? TikToks that will shock you. You feel me? You know, niggas be coming up with the titles. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I told y'all about this Luigi Mannion and this 286, man. You feel me? It go deep. It go way deeper than that. This is just the surface. I want y'all to do your own research, though. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to do your own research for sure. Definitely. Please do your own research. You know what I mean? So here's the next one. Here go another one about Luigi Mannion. Another one. Everything we know about 286 so far. Check it out.
Let's talk about all things pertaining to the numbers 286, in this case involving Luigi. Keep seeing videos coming up, and I have been digging myself online. So I've compiled all things related, back to the numbers 286 I have found so far pertaining to Luigi. Luigi has exactly 286 posts on his X account. He also has the photo of a Pokemon on the banner photo of his X account, whose Pokedex number comes back to 286. This made people on the internet begin to think about the verse in the Bible, Proverbs 286, which reads, "Better a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his waist." Do we have any indication at this moment that Luigi was a practicing Christian? No, we do not. I suppose if he was trying to send a message to the masses of the United States. Christianity is one of the most commonly found religions in the country. We also know that the McDonald's that Luigi was found out was exactly 286 miles away from the scene where Brian Thompson expired. We also know that there is United States criminal code that deals with charging individuals or organizations or companies that purposefully and intentionally defraud the government of the United States. And that code is United States Code 286. We also know that Code 286 is a denial code that is used in health insurance to deny members' claims, which especially caught my attention, knowing what Luigi has been advocating for. But once I saw all of those things, I had to keep digging a little bit further. And I found this article call from August 5th of 2024, titled, "Federal Judge Rules That Google is a Monopoly," and I remember there was another creator on here talking about Luigi's fake ID. And the address on Luigi's fake ID was 128 Sherman Place, New Jersey. And I did a little bit of digging. Nothing really jumped out to me too much other than the fact that this house is located right on a street called Manhattan Avenue. And as we know, Brian Thompson expired on the streets of Manhattan in New York City. So that was pretty much everything that I have compiled so far. And trust me, I did a lot of digging. I even looked up Monopoly and its relations to the number 286, and all I could find was the longest Monopoly game played in a treehouse of all time was 286 hours. But I don't believe that to be any kind of a helpful clue. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Man, the Monopoly shit, Google's a monopoly. It's all tying in, man. Like I said, this dude, this dude was definitely smart. Like I said, but he was a highly decorated student. I mean, he was in the fucking Ivy League and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? He was very smart. This ain't nothing new. But the fact that he used this smartness to put together these motherfucking diabolical ass clues is crazy. Because he's sitting in jail right now and we all free trying to figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So he put together all these clues, and that's what the Monopoly money in that bag meant. Apparently it's 286 total squares on the Monopoly board. Like he said, the highest people ever played was 286 hours on a Monopoly game in a treehouse. Man, this nigga was something different for sure, yo. You know what I'm saying? He was something else. He was something different. He definitely was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But like I said, you know what I'm saying? That was, you know, my shit on Luigi Mannion. Like I said, man, do y'all deep dive. That 286, that dude definitely knew what he was doing. You know what I mean? He definitely was calculating this shit. He definitely was putting this shit together. And I don't think we ever gonna see that manifesto. They gonna take control over that shit. Whatever is in there is some shit that could wake some people up probably, and they don't want us to see that shit. Definitely not. Definitely not. So this next one, you know I couldn't do conspiracies without Simpsons involved. You feel me? So this next one is all the predictions 2025 that this dude worked out with the Simpsons predicting shit for 2025. You know what I'm saying? Even the Fox Century, they put on there that it was going to be a division of Walt Disney and all that way early on before Walt Disney made the move to purchase Fox and Marvel and all that shit. Apparently the Simpsons predicted that shit. So the Simpsons always predicted shit. Is it a coincidence or no? Check this shit out.
Cancel all the plans you have for 2025 because the Simpsons has already predicted the future. But I decided to ask ChatGPT which Simpsons predictions will come true in 2025. And I was surprised by the list it gave me, especially by the first prediction. But first, allow me to show you the other biggest coincidences between The Simpsons and real life. And in 1992, the show came up with the idea of a baby translator, which in 2013 was invented in real life. 1998, The Simpsons showed their viewers the iconic 20th Century Fox logo. But just notice, at the bottom it says, a division of Walt Disney and Co. 21 years later, this would really happen, and Disney would buy 20th Century Fox. All the way back in 1998, in a Simpsons episode called Lisa the Skeptic, Lisa shows her list of names for who she predicts will be the future Nobel Prize winners. And if you look closely, one name mentioned was Bengt Holmstrom. And then, who should be the 2016 Nobel Prize winner? You guessed it, Bengt Holmstrom. In an episode in 1998, Homer came up with the mathematical equation for the God particle on a blackboard. This is 14 years before physicists had even discovered it. In 1995, The Simpsons showed a London landscape with Big Ben, Tower Bridge, and in the exact future location, the Shard. In case you're confused, the Shard was actually only built in 2012. I am confident that this fashion parade in 2021 was a collaboration with The Simpsons. Anne Wintour, who was spotted here with the most famous woman in the world at the time. I find it interesting if she was also in on the plan. Are you ready for it? Here is the list of The Simpsons predictions that ChatGPT predicts will happen in 2025. First prediction is that Ivanka Trump, Donald Trump's daughter, will express some kind of interest in running for president in 2028. Just like what happened in 2016 in the episode where Homer Simpson wears a badge which says Ivanka 2028. The second prediction for 2025 is that Big Ben, the most iconic clock in the world, will go digital, just like what was shown in the 1995 Simpsons episode called Lisa's Wedding. Number 3, a state-of-the-art pet translator will arrive in 2025, allowing conversations between pets and their owners, just like the 2004 episode Pearly Riders, where Professor Frank invents a device which is able to translate a dog's thoughts into speech. 1996 episode of The Simpsons where Homer recalls an invention that applies makeup in 1 second. So ChatGPT suggested to me that such an invention might be capable of automating makeup in one quick application, and this will be on our markets and in our shops and stores by 2025. And the fifth prediction for 2025 from The Simpsons is that virtual weddings will begin to happen, just like what was portrayed in the 1995 episode where characters wore VR headsets. ChatGPT on what The Simpsons might have predicted for 2025, like hovercars and space colonization on Mars. All libraries are going to be shut down and turned into tech support centre. We will have our first robot-run theme park. These are just for fun. They're just speculative.
Again, The Simpsons predicted a whole lot, man. You know what I'm saying? The Simpsons is tied in. I don't know who Matt Groening knows, but he definitely tied into some government shit, because coincidence or no, that y'all made all these goddamn predictions. I mean, even down to Lisa wearing the same shit that Kamala Harris was wearing, down to the pearl necklace, the purple suit. It's just wild as fuck. I don't know, man. The Simpsons seem to always know what's coming in the future. You know what I mean? They're what? Fucking 100 for 100 on predictions. I don't know, man. They seem to always have knowing and being to know about the future shit and the future of what's coming and what's going on and all that shit, down to the details, down to the detail. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just shit that they do and see on these episodes. You just be like, how the fuck did you know that? how? Like, what? Especially the shit with Apple when they had they came out with the big virtual goggles, everybody walking around with them shits on the street and shit like that. They made joke of that before that came. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. The shit is crazy as fuck. Coincidence or no? Now this last but not least, this one's talking about motherfucking heart weather manipulation. I've been telling y'all, man, this shit is controlled, man. This shit is controlled. The weather is controlled by heart, man. HAARP, man. Go do your research on heart. That's a real thing. And this shit is old, mind you. This shit is from the 90s that you about to see. This is a class, a law school in Massachusetts. And the old lady is up there telling you all kind of wild shit. And the class even look astounded. They can't believe what they hearing. Man, check this shit out.
The Air Force is on record as saying, quote, they want to control the weather by 2025, and we are not talking about just seeding the clouds for rain. Weather modification means, quote, any activity performed with the intention of producing artificial changes in the composition, behavior, or dynamics of the atmosphere, unquote. And as of April this year, there are more than 150 different weather modification programs around the world. Since about 2000, the Department of Defense and the Department of Energy have been spraying the entire United States sky with a toxic brew of chemicals and other biologic agents. Just want to show you something. We have two different kinds of trails in the sky right now. One are called contrails. How many of you know what contrails are? Contrails are what have been around from the ends of planes since World War II. These are very, very short exhaust trails that usually evaporate within a few minutes. You just look up at the sky and you'll just see a jet, sometimes with 4 trails, but it evaporates pretty quickly. How many of you know what chemtrails are? Nobody. The military and some commercial planes are spraying us with what are called chemtrails. I want you to look at the, and oftentimes before there's a weather front, there are heavy assaults from these planes just before a weather front is changed and comes in. Military and some commercial jets have been fitted with huge barrels of at least 49 different kinds of documented chemical poisons. Among other documented ingredients in this toxic man-made clouds are pathogenic molds, fungi, weaponized viruses, and made in some places like the secret site at Fort Detrick, Maryland, which is supposed to be a cancer site. But there are a number of scholars and professors tracking this that have big questions about this. Barium and nanoaluminum particles. What do these do to the human body? Barium is an alkaline earth mineral. It was discovered in 1774. At low doses, it can act as a muscle stimulant. At high doses, it detrimentally affects the heart and the nervous system. Barium is toxic to all mammals, and that means not just humans. Aluminum, which is the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust, is known to diminish kidney function and destroy brain cells and cognitive function. Just think about it. Just between the aluminum and the mercury that we're breathing all the time, we've got already a serious issue about brain function and cognitive function. There is also documented evidence that the aluminum in chemtrails is released as nanoparticles, and that when they reach the Earth environment for wildlife, in lakes and streams, it's causing serious problems with wildlife there. Researchers are also finding that nanoparticles interfere with the growth of plants. Nanotechnology is totally unregulated. Just this past month, a new research report came out showing and documenting for the first time that these nanoparticles actually go through the skin. Well, if you breathe them, whether they go through the skin or whether you're inhaling them, it's still a problem, a serious problem.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law.
So as you seen, we watched that last one together. Like I said, man, they out here controlling that shit. So all them hurricanes and shit that was on that directed program path, telling you, they know what they doing, man. You feel me? She was telling you when that shit old. You could tell by the grainy footage that shit is old as fuck. I think it's from the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And they talking about shit that's relevant right now, 2025. HAARP is real. Weather manipulation is fucking real. Believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Definitely. You know? But that was the last one, y'all. And that's all I got for y'all today. Hopefully you enjoyed these motherfucking TikToks on these conspiracies. Coincidence or no? You feel me? I think that's what the title for sure gonna be, being that I done said that throughout the episode. Coincidence or no? You know what I mean? This was episode 162. You know what I mean? Today's episode, we went over a bunch of conspiracy TikToks. Bunch of 2025 shit, predictions, Simpsons, Luigi Maglione, and hit that number 286. All that shit, you know what I mean? A whole bunch of different conspiracies. Talked about the New Orleans and Las Vegas truck explosions, car bombs, electric trucks blowing up, playing that shit, you know? Yeah, man, all that shit, man. I don't think it was coincidence. Me, myself, I don't think it was. I don't think nothing this government does is a coincidence or spontaneous. I don't believe it. I think everything is a chess game. It's a chess board. Everything is chess pieces. Everything is programmed to be put wherever it's going to be put at. And it's meant to be put there. You know what I mean? I don't think nothing is by accident in this government, in this life, in this world that we live in, controlled by the government. I don't think anything is an accident. I think definitely everything is definitely planned for sure. Even tragedies, even atrocities, even the events that unalive thousands of people, wars. I think it's all definitely planned for sure. You know what I mean? Even the weather. Definitely planned out for sure. But thank you for watching, though. Thank you for watching episode 162. You know what I mean? Coincidence or no? You feel me? Thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? You could have been doing anything that you wanted to do in the world at this very moment when you seen this shit pop up. You feel me? When you seen the notification, you clicked on Kons Podcast, came to sit down and fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? You could have been doing anything you wanted to do besides clicking that. But you chose to come and fuck with Kons Podcast, so I fuck with you. Salute. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you are, whether you a boy, girl, dog, Tesla robot, a pet snake, a pet rabbit, a spider with 8 eyes, you know what I'm saying? A dog, a pig, whoever you is, and you got eyes on the podcast, I fuck with you. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today, though. Thank you for watching. Hope I planted something in your brain. Hope you do some research. Hope you be like, I wonder what this about. Let me go look more into that. Hopefully I planted something in your brain that you can go look some shit up and go find some more shit out, because it's a whole lot going on out here that you need and probably would want to be aware of that they ain't gonna motherfucking tell you. You know what I'm saying? So find out for yourself. Do your own research. That's very important. Search the truth and absolute. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, y'all. You know what I mean? Enjoy the credits. Kons motherfucking podcast.
Just like button, subscribe, share. Motherfucking podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
Constant motherfucking content.
You hate me, don't you? 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 me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?